Hello everyone, welcome back to this session. So today we'll be looking at the lecture number 5, which is going to be on a very interesting topic, mathematical aptitude. So guys, I'm sure all of you are excited to learn more about this and we will solve some really interesting questions. Okay, but before that I would like to introduce myself to all those who do not know me. My name is Shimon Joseph and I'm a math master teacher at Vedantu. I've been teaching for almost 6 years now, mentoring over 5,000 amazing students like all of you. So like you guys, I too prepared for some exams like JEE Mains, JEE Advanced and KVPY, and I cleared some of it. Okay, so now the most important part of today's session is going to be the session flow or the schedule for the entire week. Guys, please do make sure you note it and you are aware of it so that you don't miss out on the topics you are interested in. Okay, so for this week, SA means the 11th standard students. This is your schedule. So you have math today, tomorrow you will have physics, the day after you will have chemistry and then biology. Okay, and the topics for this week are given over here. So maths, today we are looking at mathematical aptitude, and then in physics you will have electrodynamics, chemistry you will have inorganic chemistry and so on. Clear? So now let us look at the schedule for 12th standard, because I know some of you 12th standard guys are also watching the 11th videos so that you can try solving them. So for you guys, the SX 12th standard people, this is the schedule. So as you can see, today you will be having your bio, and then math will be tomorrow, and then the day after physics and then chemistry, and these are the topics for you. Perfect. And then we are going to have a look at the Telegram link. So guys, this is the link to join our Telegram group. By now you must be very well aware of Telegram, right? Telegram is nothing but an app similar to WhatsApp where you can post assignments, questions, solve your friends' questions. It's a very interactive place to be in. Okay, so if you want to connect with teachers and then some academic mentors wherein you can talk about subject, please do check out the link. This is for you. And as always guys, please do like, share and subscribe, because that keeps us going and that keeps us motivated to bring out the best content for all of you. Now let us look at what we are here for. The first question for today. This is the first question. So guys, today's topic is very light. It's very relaxing. I'll move away so that you guys can see the question completely. So it's going to be very interesting because it is just mathematical aptitude. There's no teaching here. You just have to read the question, interpret what they're asking and then solve it accordingly. And I am here to help you with that. So please pause the video because I'm sure everyone can try this. Here there's no syllabus or prerequisite required. Just basic understanding and then mathematical reasoning is enough. Okay? So pause the video, try it out and then get back to the solution part of it. So what is the question? Here we have 1000 kg of watermelon. So huge watermelon, okay? And you're taking it in a train during the summer season. So in the train beginning journey, you see that the water content in the entire watermelon was 99%. But as soon as you end the journey, right, the train stops, what happens? The water content has been dropped to 98%. Why is that so, guys? Think about it now. Why that happens? You are traveling in summer by train. So what happens is the water kind of evaporates. So when your water evaporates, you are naturally going to have a reduction in water content. So they are trying to ask, what is the reduction in weight of watermelon? So initially it was 1000 kg. How much it has reduced? That is what I want all of you to figure it out. Please try to take your time and solve it. Okay? So I'll give you exactly 30 seconds. You guys can take a break, pause the video, try it out and then come back to the solution part of this, wherein I will explain step by step. Okay? So guys, I'm going to move on to the solution part. Any guesses? What is the answer? If you have any guesses, please do let me know. I am going to show you the answer for this and then we will start solving. Okay? Is it A, B or C or D? And guys, let me give you a small hint. The answer is what you least expect. Okay? By now you must have guessed it. The answer is 500 guys. So 500 seems like a very huge number, right? Because the entire watermelon itself is 1000 kg. And you see this water content has reduced only by 1%. Water content has reduced only by 1%. But still your weight of watermelon is coming to 500. How is that happening? Let us try to solve it and understand. Okay? Perfect. So let me get started. The first thing is, what is the initial weight of water? So you have 1000 kg of watermelon, right? So it has water plus some matter. Okay, let's call it matter, the red color stuff which we eat, right? So let's call it matter, and water is the remaining part. So water is how much? 99% initially. So what is 99% of 1000? It is going to be 990, isn't it? So 990 kg of water is only present, and that makes sense because we have studied some fact, right? I don't know how many of you use a classmate note. In classmate note at the end, you see some facts, and in that they have given that watermelon has 97% water, right? So if it is 990 kg of water, is acceptable. I can understand that. It's not something weird. Okay. So now how much is the matter? The matter is just 10 kgs. The red part, if you just squeeze it and take only matter, you will have only 10 kgs of the red part which we eat, isn't it? So this is the first level understanding of the question. Now I see that at the end of the journey, the water content has been dropped to 98. So this is the second part of this question. But guys, think about it. Yeah, I have watermelon. In summer season, I'm carrying it by train. What happens? Only the water is going to evaporate. Okay. So can you guys see that the water content is the only one which is going to change in the new final stage. So in the new final stage, what will happen? This will become 990 minus x. Because initially, how much was it? It was initially 990. Some water is gone. Do you think the matter will evaporate? No way. Why will the matter evaporate? Matter is going to be fixed. Matter is the solid content, right? Nothing happened to it. So that is not going to evaporate. So this is the final stage. So how much is the entire watermelon weight? Now the entire watermelon weight will be 1000 minus x. Getting it? So entire watermelon weight at the end of my train journey. So as soon as I get out of the train, my entire watermelon weight, if I measure, it is going to be 1000 minus x. So now they are saying at the end of the journey, water level is going to be 98%. So what does that mean? That means amount of water by total weight of watermelon into 100 will be equal to 98. That's it, guys. It's very easy. After that, I think you can solve it. So let me erase all this. Please go through it first. It's a very simple question. I always start off with an easy one, and I hope you guys felt it. Okay. So just go through the equations which I have written. If you have any doubts or confusions, please do let me know. You can also put it down in the comments. Okay. So let me erase it so that I will solve it completely and get the answer for all of you. Okay. So what do we have here? So let me take this to the right hand side. So you will get 99,000 minus 100x is equal to 98,000 minus 98x. So I will get 1000 is equal to 2x. So x is equal to 500. And do we have 500 kg in the answer? Yup, that is absolutely right. And what is this 500? 500 is the reduction in weight. And that is what they asked, right? What is the reduction in the weight of watermelon? Okay. So my answer for this question is 500. I hope you guys have understood it. I'll just move away for a while. You guys can go through the question once and then look at what I did. It should be clear. Okay. So guys, with that, let's move forward. I think we have spent a good amount of time on this. So let us go up and see what is the next question we have. Okay, I'm going to close it, guys. So if you want to stay here, you can pause it right now. Okay. So let us move ahead to the next question. So the next question is over here on your screen. This is a good one. Okay, because you'll have to think a little bit, and it lives right up to the topic's name, mathematical aptitude, right? So you need to think in mathematical terms and then solve it. So I will explain the question now. You guys can read along with me, and if you find me reading with you annoying, you can probably mute my voice. Okay. So guys, a certain 12-hour digital clock. So first understand what is a 12-hour digital clock. 12-hour digital clock means you have 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, again 12. Okay. So you don't have it going like 24 hours. You don't have 13, 14, 15, 16. No, that is 24 hours clock. Getting it? So here you have 12-hour clock. That's the first thing you need to understand, which displays the hour and minute alone. Okay. And due to a defect in the clock, what happens is probably inside some circuit got damaged, and whenever your 1 is supposed to be displayed, instead of 1, you will have 7 displayed. So let's say it is 1 o'clock, but it will show as 7 o'clock, isn't it? So that is a mistake. Now, definitely that time is wrong, right? That time is incorrect. So I want you to find out what fraction of the day will the clock show the correct time. For example, if 1 o'clock is shown as 7 o'clock, then that instant is a wrong time. That instant is a wrong time. So like that, if you collect all the wrong times and put together, you will get the total incorrect time. But I want, what is the total correct time? Okay. So try to figure out what is that. That is the question. You guys have to think about it and then solve it. I will give all of you exactly 1 minute time. You can pause it, check it out, solve it and then come back. It's an interesting one. Okay. Good. So guys, please try to do it. And I will probably move on to the answer now because we have some more questions to cover. But you guys can keep posting your answers. You can comment it down and I'll be happy if many of you get it right. But please try to solve it and then guess. Okay, don't directly guess. Everything can't be guessed in an exam. Okay. So what is the answer for this? Any idea? Is it 1 by 2 or 5 by 8 or 3 by 4 or 5 by 6? Guesses? Nope. So guys, the correct answer for this question is going to be half. Surprisingly, half of the day is gone just because of one number's change. Just because of one number's change, you are going to have wrong time being shown half the day. Okay, so now let's see. Let's try to solve it. It's a good one. So how do we solve it? First thing what I'll do is I'll write down numbers, guys. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 12. Okay. So what I'll do is I will do only for 12 hours and then multiply whatever I get here into 2. So I'll tell you my strategy of solving. So this is a 12-hour clock. So I start at, let's say, 12 noon and I will go up to 12 midnight. Okay. So from 12 noon to 12 midnight, how much of wrong time I get, I'm going to collect. Okay. Are you guys with me? What I'm trying to say is, from 12 noon to 12 midnight, I want to see how many instances I'm getting wrong time. And guys, wrong time is what? At the least, it can be measured in minutes. Because this is showing an hour and minutes, right? So I will collect the number of wrong time or the amount of wrong time in minutes. From 12 noon to 12 midnight. Then what will I do? Then I will multiply it by 2 to get the 24 hour, that is in a day, how much wrong time do I have? Getting it? So that is the easier way of solving, because if you take whole day, you might make some calculation mistake. Why to do that unnecessarily? So that is why I am stopping it. Now, between 12 to 1, all the 60 minutes will be wrong. Why all the 60 minutes will be wrong? Because guys, look at this. 12 has a 1, right? So 12 has a 1, that 1 will be displayed as 7. So actually it's supposed to be 12 o'clock, but it shows 72 o'clock or 72 hours. What does 72 hours mean? That doesn't even make sense. So obviously it's wrong time. So if it is wrong time, it's going to be wrong time for the entire 12 o'clock. Entire 12, 1, 12, 2, 12, 3 till 12:59. So how many minutes? You have 60 minutes gone. Getting it? Similarly, between 1 to 2 also 60 minutes is gone. Because 1 o'clock till 2 o'clock, that is 1 o'clock till 1:59, you are going to have 1. And 1 is going to be displayed as 7. That is going to be wrong time. So again 60 minutes is gone. But now between 2 to 3 until 10, you are going to have a similar pattern, because here you don't have 1 in the hours place. You don't have 1 in the hours place. You don't have 1 in the hours place. Till 9, you don't have 1 in the hours place. I'm not talking about 10 till 9. Okay. So from 2:00 till 9:59, you are going to have a similar trend. That we'll have to check carefully. I will come to that in a minute. Don't worry about it now. I will come to that in a minute. But before that, let's check about 10. What will happen 10 to 11? 60 minutes gone. 11 to 12, 60 minutes gone. Why? Because the hour hand itself, or the hours place in the digital clock itself contains 1. So definitely whatever time I have inside that hour is going to be wrong. Getting it? So 10 to 11 is also 60 minutes gone. 11 to 12 also 60 minutes is gone. So totally 60, 60, 60, 60, 240 minutes already done. 240 minutes already done. Okay. Now let's watch what happens in between. Okay. Now I'll take a very small example. Let me take from 2 o'clock to 2:59. How many times it's wrong? Okay. First thing is, it will be wrong at 2:01. Then 2:10. Then 2:11 to 2:19. All are wrong. Then 2:21. Then 2:31. Then 2:41. Then 2:51. So how much time? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here you have 9. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 times it's wrong. So 15 minutes it's wrong over here. Can you guys see that? Let me explain it again. So what I'm trying to do is between 2 to 10, right? I'm taking 1 hour. So 2 to 3 alone I'm checking. So between 2 to 3 what is happening? Between 2 to 3 I write it like this, 2:00 to 2:59. That is how the clock shows the time. So when I start, I will run the entire hour and then see where all 1 is coming. So 2:01 is wrong because 1 is coming. It will be shown as 2:07. That is wrong. So 1 minute here is gone. 2:10, again 1 is coming. So 1 minute here gone. And 2:11 to 2:19, everything is gone because 1 is present in everything from 11 minutes to 19 minutes. So that is also counted. Then 2:21, 2:31, 2:41, 2:51. So totally how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 individual minutes and 9 continuous minutes. So 6 plus 9 is 15 continuous minutes. You are going to have total incorrect time. 9 continuous and 6 separate. So totally 15 minutes of incorrect time. That's the right way to put it. Okay. So 2 to 3, 15. Do you think 3 to 4 also will be the same? Of course it will be the same. Of course it will be the same. So 15 again here. So again 15 here. Again 15 here. Again 15 here. Again 15 here. And again 15 over here. And again 15 over here. So how many 15s I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 times of 15 plus 4 times of 60. 60, 60, 60, 60. So 4 times of 60 is 240. So totally 360 minutes. 360 minutes of wrong time. That is almost equivalent to how many hours? 6 hours. So what is the time frame I saw? I saw from 12 noon to 12 midnight. So 12 noon to 12 midnight is how many hours? 12 hours. So for 12 hours, I have 6 hours of incorrect time. I have 6 hours of incorrect time for 12 hours. So what is the correct time fraction? If it is 6 hours of incorrect, then 6 hours will be correct. Out of how much time? Out of 12 hours. So what is the ratio? So 1/2 is the answer for this question. Clear? I hope all of you have understood it. So that is how you do it. If you have any questions, do let me know. I'll probably move away. You guys can go through it. It's a good question. It's a proper question based on mathematical aptitude. You guys can probably go through the entire solution, understand the difference between 12 to 1, 1 to 2, 10 to 11, 11 to 12 and the rest. You should understand and appreciate the distance. See, the difference is, you should appreciate the difference. I'm sorry. Okay. So you need to understand that here 12 to 1 and 1 to 2, the hour is going to contain 1. And similarly 10 to 11 and 11 to 12, the hour is going to contain 1. Therefore the entire hour is wrong. But in between from 2 to 10, your hour does not have 1. It is your minutes that are going to make the mistake. Okay. So that you have to carefully address. I'm sure you guys have understood it. So please take time to go through it. Pause the video because I'm going to move on to the next question, guys. Okay, I'm going to close it. With that, let's move forward. Okay, let's go ahead. So this is the next one, another interesting question. So such questions are very famous in, you call it mental ability, right? You have seen a lot of questions like this. And these questions were asked in KVPY. So this was asked in KVPY 2011. You guys can try to solve it. And I will explain the question for you. I'll probably move aside. So here what do you have, guys? You have 3 taps. So there are 3 taps, A, B and C, let's call them. And they are going to fill a tank. Let's say you have a very big tank in your house and you're going to fill it with 3 taps. So one tap is very fast. It can fill the tank in 10 hours. Is that correct, guys? So which is the fastest tap? 10 hours or 30 hours? Obviously 10 hours is the fastest tap, okay? Because you are filling the tank in less time. No, less time means what? More speed. Getting it? So 10 hours, 20 hours and 30 hours. So tap A is my fastest, okay? And then initially the tank is empty. So you are fully dried and then you are starting to fill it. Now what is the condition that needs to be satisfied? The condition that needs to be satisfied is that exactly one pair of tap should be open each hour. Exactly only one pair should be open each hour. And what is the second condition? Every pair of tap must be open at least once. Every pair of tap must be open at least once. Guys, this question is not based on maths alone. You have to use a little bit of logic also. You cannot solve this just by maths. You need to apply a little bit of thinking, and that is exactly what I expect from all of you. Okay? Now, tell me what is the minimum hours required to fill the tank, satisfying this condition. What is the condition? Every hour a pair of tap will be open. You can't open all 3. You have to open only a pair. Second condition is what? Every pair must be at least used once. Okay? Now, satisfying this condition, how much time or what is the minimum time in which you can fill the tank? That's your question. Now your time starts. You guys can go and solve it. With that, we will discuss the answer. Okay? I'll give you exactly 2 minutes. You guys can pause. How much of time you want you can take. But please do it on your own, guys. Try to break your head, solve it, make mistakes and then come back. Then you will appreciate the solution. Then you will learn something. If you directly see it, you will not learn much, guys. If you directly solve it, you may not be able to reciprocate it again. You will not be able to, do it again. That's not very easy. Get it? So make mistake and then learn. So guys, any answers? Any guesses or what do you think will be the answer? Some people, because I said logic, might be able to think directly and say the answer. You guys can do that as well. But I want a mix of maths and logic. That's the right way. Okay. So let's look at the answer, guys. It's getting late. So let us try to see what is the answer for this question. Some of you might have answered it correct. So the correct answer is nothing but my option A. Now let's try to solve it. Okay. So first let me start off from basics. So guys, A can fill the tank in 10 hours. So in 1 hour, A can fill 1/10 of tank. Okay. And similarly, B can fill 1/20th. Similarly, C can fill 1/30th. 1/30th of the tank. Because in 1 whole hour, it can fill only 1/10. Because in 10 hours, it can fill whole tank. Okay. 1/10th part of tank. That's the meaning of it. Okay, when I say 1/10. Clear? Now guys, first, what is my ideal preference? If I want to solve this question very fast, what is my ideal preference? Let's say this question was asking, what is the minimum time in which you can fill the tank without any condition? Without any condition, if they ask you, what is the minimum time in which you can fill the tank? What will you do? Open all the 3 tabs, solve it. That's it. Because that is the fastest, right? If I open all the three tabs fully, that will be the fastest time in which I can fill. But that is an easy question that you might have been asked in 8th standard or 9th standard. But here, what we want to do is, we want to open only one pair. Okay. So let's say exactly one pair is used. Okay. Let's forget about this. This condition is not there. This condition is not there. Okay, forget about that. Let's throw it off for now. Let's look at exactly one pair. Now tell me how will you solve it for the minimum time. Now if I am asked to open only one pair and I am asked to do it in the minimum time, what I will do is, I am sure what all of you will do will also be open the first two tabs. Why open the first two tabs? Because they are faster. 10 hours and 20 hours. They both are very fast. Okay, so I will make these guys only work. I will not open this tab. This tab is going to eat my time. So why would I want it? So I am going to throw it off. Getting it? So that will be the strategy for exactly one pair being used. Now I hope you are getting the point, isn't it? So let us now open this condition. Let's open this and bring this also into play. Now what we have to do is, we have to use each pair. What are the pairs? AB is one pair, BC is one pair, and CA is one pair. That's it. These are the three pairs which I can use. How do you get that? It is 3C2. That's how you form the pairs, right? From 3 you choose 2, so you'll have how many pairs? 3 pairs only. Getting it? Are you guys able to follow? Brilliant. So now I need to ensure that these 3 pairs are used for an hour. Okay. So 100% whether I like it or not, I have to do this. So let's say first hour I use AB, second hour I use BC, and third hour I use CA. I have to do this, no other option. Because to satisfy this condition, every pair of tab is used at least for an hour. So when I do this, when I make sure the first hour is AB, second hour is BC, third hour is CA, I have now satisfied this. I have now satisfied this. So this condition is now thrown out. Getting it? Now if this condition is satisfied and removed, what is left out? Exactly one pair is used. So now after these 3 hours are done and after this condition is satisfied, what is my ideal case? My ideal case is just use AB always, because AB is the fastest. So whatever time comes after this, till the filling of the tank, I will only use AB. Are you guys able to appreciate that? Everyone? So that is the strategy, guys. It's a good question. Okay. So what you do is, after I do the first 3 hours, I satisfy the second condition. So now for every hour after the third hour, I will use only AB. Why AB? Because we have to use a pair of tab. That condition is always there. We have to use exactly one pair. Why AB in specific? Because AB is the fastest and I want minimum time. That is why I said you have to use your logic also. Getting it? Now let's try to calculate. Okay. Now we are just left with calculation. We have understood the concept. Let's apply it now. Let's try to solve it and get the answer. Okay. Perfect. So now first I'll do the 3 hours. First 3 hours. First 3 hours, what is the scene? So you have 1 by 10 plus 1 by 20 of the tank filled in the first hour when AB is used. That is first hour amount of tank filled. Then second hour you are going to have, what is that? Second hour you are going to have BC 1 by 20 plus 1 by 30. And third hour you are going to have CA. So this is the total portion of the tank filled. The total portion of the tank filled is this much, and guys, when you calculate, you can, LCM is 60, right? Oh, LCM is 30. LCM is 30, I think. How much is that? Let's calculate it. 3 plus, okay, LCM is 60. It's not 30, it's 60. It is going to be how much? 6 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus, how much is that? 2 plus 6 by 60. And that will be 9 plus 9, 18, 18 plus 4, 22. 22 by 60. So 22 by 60 portion of the tank is filled in the first 3 hours. In the first 3 hours, 22 by 60 portion. 22 by 60 portion of the tank is filled. So how much portion is left out? The left out portion is how much? Is going to be 38 by 60. Because whole portion is 1. Whole portion, that is full tank, is 1. 1 minus 22 by 60 will be the remaining portion that is not filled after 3 hours. This is till 3 hours, right? So till 3 hours, 22 by 60 is filled. 38 by 60, the unfilled portion that has to be now filled. Now, this unfilled portion is going to be filled only by AB. So what is AB? 1 by 20 plus 1 by 10. And how many hours? That I don't know, so I'll put n. Let's say it is n hours. So I'll get 38 by 60 is equal to 3 by 20. So n is going to be how much? N is equal to, let's say, 23 times 38 by 9. So which is 4 point something, 4.2. So already 3 hours is used. And then 4.2 hours. So totally 7.2 hours. So 7.2 hours means what? After 7th hour, that means it is in the 8th hour. So totally it will take 8 hours to fill the tank. That's the answer. Okay? Because it is after 7th hour, right? I can't say 7. 7 is wrong. Because till 7, it is not completely filled. But in the 8th hour, at some point in the 8th hour, it is going to be fully filled. So that is my right answer, guys. Okay? I hope all of you have understood it. It's a very good question. Clear? So yeah, please try to go through it, and if you have doubts, you can post down as comments, or you can also ask in the session. Clear? Good job. With that, let me move forward, guys. I'm going to close it and then show you the next question. You guys can try it out. So what is the next question that we have? So we have over here a cinema hall. Let me move aside. So that's a cinema hall. The charge per person is 200. Okay, that's cheap. I don't know. In India, it's becoming costlier day by day. Movie tickets, I mean. Okay. So here it's just 200. So first day what happens? Only 60% of the seats were filled. Okay. So only 60% of the seats were filled. So what happens? Naturally, if I was the owner, I'll be worried, right? Because I want maximum profit. So I want everyone to be filled. Every seat to be filled. So what I do is I decrease the price by 20%. Okay. I decrease the price by 20%, and then the next day 50% does increase. 50% does increase. That is awesome, right? As an owner, I'll be happy. In the number of spectators. Now, the percentage increase in the revenue of the second day. That means what? Compared to first day, in the second day, I make more money if I'm the owner. So, I'm not a dumb owner, I'm a smart owner. So, this owner is actually smart. Why this owner is smart? Because look at all the options. All the options are positive. If all the options are positive, that means he actually had an increase in revenue. That means this guy was smart. He made a good move. Now, I want you to tell me how much of a good move he made. Is it really great move or really okay great move? Are you getting it? 50% is very good profit, right? 20 is okay profit. You guys have to work out and tell me whether it is 50, 40, 30 or 20. What is the profit he made? Or what is the increase percentage he had on revenue? Okay, that is the right thing. You have to find the percentage increase in revenue. Clear? Please try to do it. It's just simple algebra, guys. Simple algebra, word problem. You can do it. And yeah, that's about it. You guys can work it out and then let me know what is the answer. I'm going to move forward to the solution part. Okay? Please pause it, try it out, because guys, this is not tough. This is not a tough question. Okay? Just stick to the meaning and what is asked. You will not go wrong. You will end up with the right result. Let's try to solve it now. Shall we? So please listen, and any guesses? Was it 50? So the answer is 20, guys. Okay? It was not a great move, but still he made profit. So he should be happy. Okay? So the answer is 20 for this question. Let's see how we solve that. Let's try to start from scratch and do it. So what is the first thing? The first thing is charge per person. That is, ticket is going to be 200. Now, let's say on the first day, 60 seats were filled. Okay, what I do with these kind of questions is, let's say that number of seats were 100. Let's say the number of seats were 100. Okay. Now, what is happening here? On the first day, 60% of the seats were filled. That means first day, how many people came? 60 people came. Okay, this is first day. So if 60 people came, what is the money he gets? 60 into 200 is the amount of money he makes. So that will be 12,000 rupees. So that day, first show, he got 12,000 rupees as revenue. Revenue means he's getting that much money. Okay. Now, because he gets only 60 people, he feels bad and he wants to reduce the price of the ticket. So what he does is he reduces the ticket price by 20%. So what is the original ticket price? The original ticket price is 200. Now I reduce it by 20%. So what is the new price? It will be 160. Okay, you guys can do that because that will be how much? 200 into 4 by 5. 200 into 4 by 5 is what? 160. So 160 is the new ticket. So now let's see what is the second day. Second day what happens? Second day the number of people increase by 50%. But when I say increase, it is with respect to something. What is this increase with respect to? This increase is with respect to the previous day. So the previous day how many people came? 60 people came and I increase it by 50%. So what will be the number of people today? Today 90 people came. So the owner must have been happy, right? So his smart choice made sure that 90 people came today. So 90 people came and each person how much did he pay? He paid 160. So he paid 160. So the total price or revenue is this much. Okay. So he makes 14,400 rupees on the second day. Now what is the percentage increase? What is the percentage increase? How do we do that? Percentage increase is equal to what? What is the increase first? The increase is 2,400. Why is it 2,400? Because 14,000 increase in revenue is how much? Increase is equal to 14,400 minus 12,000. Okay, that will be 2,400. That is the increase in revenue. But increase in revenue is always compared to your previous revenue. When you compare your increase, right, you compare it to your previous thing. For example, you scored 80% in half yearly and you want to see your increase in annual. If you want to see your increase in annual, you will compare your annual marks to your half yearly marks, right? Something like that. So you have your increase here. You want to compare it to the previous day's revenue. What is the previous day's revenue? It is 12,000 into 100 will give you the value. So it will be how much? 20. Okay. So 20 is my answer for this question. I hope you guys have understood it completely. Okay. Awesome guys. I'll just move away for a while. You guys can note it down and maybe you can take a screenshot if you want to go through it later. Okay. Good. So let us have a look at one more question. Maybe you guys can take it as a homework and then post your answers. With that, let's conclude our session. Okay. Please go through this. I'm going to erase it. You can pause it if you want to look at it. Okay. Good. So the next question, the final one for the day, is your homework, and it's a good question. A good question, slightly logical. Please try to solve it and post down your answers as comments. Okay. So what do you have? You have cylindrical buckets X, Y, Z. Only the circular bases are different. Okay. So your circular base is going to be what? Of radius 1 for X, radius 2 for Y, and radius 3 for Z. So initially water is filled up to the same level. Okay. So if base is different and height is same, obviously the volume will be different, guys. Obviously the volume will be different. So what I do is I try to transfer water from Z to X, because X will have the least volume. Why will X have the least volume? Because the area of the base for X is the lowest. So what I do is, to help X get more volume, I transfer my water from Z to X. What happens then? Then my height of Z will become less and height of X will become more. Okay, like that I do. After I make sure they both are equal. Who both are equal? Z and X are equal. I will now try to work between X and Y. Now X and Y I will try to work with. Then finally when I make sure X and Y are now equal in volume, let us say HX, HY and HZ are the heights of X, Y and Z. Then what is the ratio of height of Y divided by height of Z? Okay. So that is your option. You guys can try to solve it and post down whatever doubts you have. If you want more clarity in the question also, let me know. I will explain it clearly. Okay? Perfect. Good job, guys. With that, let's conclude our session. So before that, I would like to talk about the mock test series. So you will have your mock test series starting soon, and the benefit of this is you'll have 2 part tests which will cover the entire syllabus, and then you'll have full tests as well, and you'll also get the complete analysis of your performance with respect to your friends. Okay, and all this is available at a very reasonable price of 1,000. And guys, I'm sure you all are aware that KVPY is a computer based exam this year. Okay, so please make sure you are adapted to that. Wherever you are practicing, make sure you take some online tests so that you will be accustomed to sit and solve for 3 hours in front of a computer. That is not easy. Don't go directly to the exam and do that. Okay, so for that this might be helpful. Please do check it out. And as usual, join our Telegram group if you want to connect with us, and do like, share and comment, subscribe. All that is encouraging for us, and please keep in touch, guys. I want all of you to do well. That is what we at Vedantu would love, and all the very best. Keep in touch, take care, and bye bye.